I fought for mine and I've broken down walls. Wanted to fall, but instead I stood strong. I've told myself the beauty's inside, proud and inspired, believing in God. I am bodaciously her. Welcome to Bodaciously Her podcast, where we provide a safe space for modern women to address and demystify social and religious constructs, discover God's truth, and thrive no matter what season they find themselves in. Now let's get into today's episode.
Hey.
What's up? Hey. What you got going on today?
Girl, have you ever been the girl that's always late to the party?
You.
Yep, I am. You have read me. I mean, yes.
We
coming in hot. Have you ever been the girl late to the party, late to church?
Oh no.
I know. Late to everything. But you are you prepare. Sometimes you don't prepare, but you try your best to put things in place so you can be on time. But the reality is you are imposing on other people's boundaries. In this case, you don't respect people's time. I'm that girl.
But what does preparation look like for you?
Preparation might be,
Excuse me, y'all.
maybe like set the alarm. Like I gotta be there. Preparation is usually time for me, which is weird. So I try to tell myself, if it says I gotta be there at 11, I tell myself I gotta be there 10:30. So that way,
No.
yes, it works for doctor's appointments. Funny enough, but it doesn't work for anything else.
But
Which is sad.
This is work for me. This is what I mean by does it work? Are you not rushing? Are you not panicking? Look for a parking space when you get to the doctor. Are you arriving at the doctor enough time to check in peacefully and not scrambling for your QR code to do your check-in? Are you running and trying to is it seamless or is it?
I think the doctor's appointment works, but everything else, no. Nothing else is ever on time. Like when I'm going to church, even though church is like literally 10 minutes away, I'm driving.
Kids, how is that a thing? All the things, because they gotta go to
the
practices.
Yeah.
They gotta be at lessons.
They're late on all the things.
You know what I mean?
Even school, I try to make sure, but even school
Not
tends to.
school.
Yeah.
I even try.
Yeah, no, school. They're late to
The
school.
children's school or your school?
The children's school, yeah. But I will say, I know. You clutching your pearls. So I'm actually okay with the school. It's usually, believe it or not, it's my lovely daughter who is focused.
Don't try to.
No, I promise you. So school, I'm okay with. So somehow school and doctor's appointments, I make it. But everything else,
Okay.
don't invite me to no party.
We about to cut. I'm about to call the kids down here to figure out.
We'll
We'll be back after these short.
No, I promise you.
Girl.
I promise you, the doctor and school, I'm on time for. But any birthday parties, any other important thing,
She must don't have to bring nothing.
No, she be having to bring stuff.
Oh no.
Yeah, I have to bring stuff.
I mean, I don't ask her never to bring nothing.
Yeah.
I will never ask you to bring anything.
Oh yeah. Don't. Don't.
Yeah.
No.
Don't.
So
me. Don't
yeah.
ask
I
me
won't.
to bring nothing.
To the point where
people supposed to bring up dish.
And they like,
yeah, to the point where I don't even want to be invited because I have anxiety. So I do have anxiety over coming to people's events because I know I'm going to be late. So I'd rather you not invite me.
Oh no.
run it back.
I'd rather you not invite me to your event because I have anxiety because I know I'm going to be late. So rather than always show up late, I'd rather you not invite me.
Can we? Okay.
Cry.
No, let's not cry.
No, don't get no tears to it, Kim.
This if we haven't this session is called Boundaries and Accountability.
Yes.
You started to mention a little bit before how this bothers other people's boundaries, but I want to skip a little bit about and go into which accountability, which is what you just said. You said don't invite me because it gives me anxiety with being on time. I would like to wonder, well, I'm wondering rather, can you just say no?
Right. I definitely say, so I say no a lot more now. People see me less now. So post divorce, I started saying no for sure. Post divorce. If you know me before divorce, we went to everything. And we dragged in there. We were Raggedy Ann. You know, we were the couple that
Not Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Yeah, we were the couple.
Because they was dragging in.
Yeah, we were dragging in late. You know how the pastor talking about, oh, you just argue with your spouse in the car, but you gotta come in church and say, hey, you know, bless the Lord. You know, you come to
You
church.
just turn around and go back home.
No, because
I have not gone to church after arguing.
yeah. No, we
whole pastor.
we done made it to the parking lot. We've made it to the parking lot, but we argue at the parking lot. So we made it to the parking lot. But that was me before divorce. So what divorce taught me is that I definitely overextend myself. We were saying yes to everything, but we were saying yes to everybody, but not yes to ourselves. Don't do that. Don't say yes to everybody, but not say yes to your own marriage. So meaning we showed up for everyone else, but we didn't show up for our marriage.
So now let's talk about how this affects, what's the boundary piece in this?
Yeah.
So the boundary piece now is, for me, is that I've stopped going to things for the most part, and I've stopped saying no, but I only go to family occasions. Like if you get married or important events. If you just gave birth, I'm there. But family, no, like I don't have to come to Kiki. I come to life events now. Like, and that's my boundary. Now that doesn't mean I still don't be late, right? But I have.
That's what we started.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I'm not always late, but because I've said no more, I'm less likely to be late. Now,
How so? This is the specific question I'm asking. If you're not packing your schedule with all these things to tend to give a higher probability of you being late to all of these events, that's what you're saying. Right? With less events to have to attend, less time constraints that you have to put on yourself. Are you being lazier and still not coming to the stuff on time because you feel like you got more time in your schedule and you still late? So my question is, has the behavior really changed? Did what you thought was your methodology was saying, I'm gonna remove things out of my schedule, improve your time?
It improves my time if I come alone. If I have to come with my family, I'm still late. So now what I've been doing is I leave my family for church. Like we go in separate cars because I'm part of the choir. So we actually have to get there an hour before the church starts. So I hold myself accountable and say, family, I can't wait for you.
And that's what that comes.
And that's my boundary to my family and say, you know, like so
that's your boundary to your family.
So if I come by myself, I'm typically on time. If I gotta bring my family,
So you have a time boundary for others.
Because I know how
But
I don't make it to other things.
And you believe that others have a time boundary for you.
Yeah.
And so therefore you back and say, I'm not even, because I know if they expect me to be on time, I'm just not even.
Yeah.
Even though that may not be their boundary. I mean, if you bring your food, that's my boundary.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
If you're not bringing food, I don't care when you come. If it's gone, if all the food is gone when you get there,
Kim said
then
it's the
that's
food
your
for
fault.
me.
Your problem. That's your problem.
Kim said it's the food for me. Yeah.
It may not be, it's not my, if you coming late, that's not my boundary. But you think it is. That's how come when we were first talking, I was like, well, how do I know what somebody else's boundary is?
Yeah.
Because I know what my biggest boundary is. But, so what I was going to say is, I know what my biggest boundary is, and I think it should be other people's boundary. And so therefore I kind of operate like that. And that's what you're saying.
Yeah, because I think the golden rule is to be on time, right? To be early is to be on time. I think it's a golden rule. And so for me, that's a general boundary for the average human being. It might not be your most important, Kim,
But is it yours? To be early is to be on time. Is that your
Right.
She want us to be early.
Who?
Her, she want us to be.
Who?
Kim is saying, in an ideal
She
world,
want us to be on time and early coming to her house. for the thing. Like she tell us, I want y'all here at 9 o'clock. All right.
Yeah, but I'm not ready at 9 o'clock.
And then she at the store.
or running errands or.
I mean, that was why I was kept saying. Yeah, she just got out of the shower.
I really have a problem with y'all. It's a whole therapy session today.
When we early.
And so Kim.
But we on time. But 9 o'clock is the time.
Yeah.
But if we come with 9 o'clock, she say, "Oh, y'all are early." But when we was on the phone, we said 9 o'clock.
We did.
And hence why I don't want to host anything. Like hence why I don't like to host anything, except for our podcast. That I will host because that is purpose.
Why I be here sometimes.
So when it's like purpose and passion, I will host it. But like family or
purpose and passion.
Yeah.
And then you gonna be on time. What did you just say?
Well, that's why we having a conversation.
What you just said?
Purpose and passion, I will host. Meaning, again,
you will host.
Yeah, meaning
but
I still have.
Gonna be on time.
Yeah, I may or may not be on time.
Let's talk about this boundary assessment.
Yeah.
We did a whole thing. Yeah, we did a whole thing.
So yeah, we took a boundary assessment survey, and
why do we do this?
Because we didn't know we didn't know if we was good or not.
Yeah, we didn't know if we're exercising our boundaries or holding each other accountable in life, right? And then we asked ourselves, if we're not holding ourselves accountable in life, like how are we showing up in our relationships? Like how are we holding our romantic, personal relationships accountable and exercising boundaries?
Account for myself.
But yeah, so we said, let's do a boundary assessment.
I don't even want to talk to you right now.
Kim be trying to get me married, y'all. She's been trying to get me married for 10 years. I don't know why.
Because you would be a good wife.
Yeah, for sure.
I think so.
I almost hit the mic. Almost knocked over my whole coffee.
Set up. Okay. Let's go back.
Boundary assessment.
So we did the boundary assessment, and so the boundary assessment was set up in 3 sections. Mm-hmm. So section 1 was focused on boundary. Section 2 was focused on accountability. Section 3 was focused on emotional capacity. So so like your emotional capacity to handle things. And so the lowest score you could have is when you tallied it up was 40. And if you had a score of 40, for example, after tabulating everything, it meant you prioritize harmony, over self-respect. Meaning you just want to be the peacemaker. You want to make everybody happy. You're pretty much a people pleaser, right? And then if you're
no boundaries,
right, you just don't have any boundaries, right? And that's not what we want, right? And then the second part, which was the next score, would be a 40 to 59 after tabulating, and that meant like you were fully aware and cognizant of your boundaries, but somehow you were inconsistent in holding people accountable for it, right? And then the highest score was a 60 to 75, and it meant like, you're the person everyone want to be, okay? You set clear limits, you maintain your boundaries, you communicate them, and you hold people accountable for it. That is that's where we all want to be if you're not already, right? But what I realized my score was, what I realized my score was, and what Kim's score ended up being, was that we're in the middle. We are self-aware. Mm-hmm. We are aware when people cross our boundaries, but we are inconsistent in enforcing it, right? Mm-hmm. And
I want to do mine. Can we do mine live?
Yeah. We're gonna do an episode solely on Shauna's.
No, we're not. We could just do it today. How long the test is? How long is the test? I sound just like how long the test is?
It's gonna take a bit.
Forgive me. It's really early.
It's okay.
No, we'll do a part 2. So part 2 will be yours.
We'll take a bodaciously heard break, and we'll come back to you after this brief moment with my test results.
Yes. Yeah. So my score was a 50.
Mine was a 52.
And Kim's score was a 52. Mm-hmm. And it basically meant that we lack enforcing our boundaries. We over-explain our boundaries. Mm-hmm. We are non-confrontational, so we delay having the confrontation.
Sometimes.
And sometimes we have a soft follow through. I will say for me, the most things that resonated with me was that I over-explain. I mansplain, I womansplain, I over-explain everything. And why I do that, and I've done it for years, I think is that in my mind, I've justified the action, right? I've justified why I'm late. I've justified why I arrive at your party late.
So this is what they're talking about, though. They're talking about you justifying allowing someone to cross your boundary.
Right. And I'm saying I over-explain in both relationships.
No, you're explaining. So you missing what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. They have crossed your boundary. Mm-hmm. You and your gracious self say, you crossed my boundary because you such and such and such.
Exactly. I mansplain it.
Yeah.
So I mansplain why you have crossed my boundary.
Right.
Even though
You mansplain how. I need a real for the people in the back. Give me a real life example. Act it out right.
Yeah, so
What am I doing? How I across your boundary?
yeah. So I'm in a romantic relationship. Clearly I'm married now, but I think even my marriage I do it. So I will say,
I know what it is.
yeah, the analytical brain in me says I don't know if you're aware, but when you did this action, for me it crossed my boundary, and here is how, right? Rather than, and I've inferred
This is
why.
real life.
Yeah. So
It's real life.
Yeah.
So I'm your husband.
Yeah, like it
And
just depends
I
on what
did
happened.
Something that
Cross your
crossed your
boundary.
boundary, and
Yeah.
you say, "Hey, babe, I don't know if you're aware, but what's the rest?"
Yeah,
of the
but when you did this, it offended me. It upset me, and I believe this is why you do it. So that's the part.
I believe
yeah,
this is why you do it.
yeah. So I've inferred. So that's what I'm saying. Over-explain it rather than let them tell me why they believe they did it. Yeah, the analytical brain has assessed why you've done it.
Church
So
finger.
I got an analytical brain too. The analytical brain, to sum that up, what you just did, gives the benefit of the doubt overly.
Yeah, sometimes.
So what do
We're gonna
yours look
say, so you've crossed my boundary.
like? Okay.
I ain't even probably 9 times out of 10. I'm not gonna say anything. I'ma just be in my head and say, well, maybe they was doing so.
You're
And
justifying.
maybe they was such and such a thing.
Yep.
You're justifying why they might have over. So that's your over explaining.
That's
Yep.
my overestimate.
You're justifying why they did that.
I'm going to try not to attach because my boundary, one of my boundaries is being disrespected. I can't.
So you talk down in your mind.
I
Whatever.
talk myself
They
off
can't
the cliff.
they can't disrespect me.
I know they didn't mean it.
Yeah.
I talk myself back from the cliff because if I am on the edge right here, I'm right here on this edge, and I know I know they didn't. I know that's not.
I know this nigga.
I know that nigga didn't.
This ninja.
Oh,
This ninja. Yeah, ninja. Ninja.
no,
We're
they
gonna call it
didn't
ninja.
just do this. And so I talk myself back from the ledge, and then I'm in my own head like, do I say something or do I don't say something? If I don't, am I running the risk of it happening again? And if it does, what's gonna happen? I mean, I'm in my own head like for days. Y'all know,
For days.
for days. Y'all
And the
know.
soft follow through is when you do speak on it, you softly address the issue.
Unless it's happened more than once and I've backed off of it. And then when I do, it's not going to be a soft follow through.
Because pressure bursts pipes. And now
There you go.
And now you coming with the
With the wrath.
There you go.
Okay. So for you,
So
you're-
with strangers get the soft follow through. Or,
but strangers get the soft follow through because they're strangers. You probably don't have a pressure build up for them.
Right.
But the people who that are consistent in your life, you know, family and friends, you give them what, and I'm saying this, you give them what could potentially, that might look like what you think is grace by justifying their
Why?
behavior and why they did it, and then your soft follow through is why would you do that, or however it comes through. Yours is hey,
Or-
you might not have known,
Or I try to do it back to him.
petty
Petty.
come out.
Petty boots. To me, petty boots is a soft follow through.
But you're okay. That's passive aggressive.
That's passive
That's
aggressive.
passive aggressive. So that's
Soft-
what that is.
soft-
Yeah, your soft
soft
follow through is passive aggressive.
It can be.
Yeah.
Because I want you to know what that feel like.
Both of them crazy.
I want you to know what that
I'm
feel
gonna
like.
stay on your side.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I want you to know what
Yeah,
that
I
feel
don't-
like.
so- I don't have any
Your
problem
thing is
confronting.
You want to know what they feel like because
I want you to know what that feel like, so you won't do that again.
I'm one. And do you do that, Kim? This is your challenge. Do
Okay.
you do that because you feel like you need to teach them that?
Yeah.
But why is that your responsibility?
Because they ain't
They ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna learn them something.
do it yet.
What if they ain't know?
They know.
See, you see what I'm saying? We don't give people grace.
Okay, so this brings me.
Not bad, though. not.
I roll my eyes
They
big
know.
Big
like
no.
this.
Yeah. I think I know where Kim is coming from. Kim is like, you're my spouse. In this case, if it was a spouse crossing the boundary.
Children or
Or
mother,
children,
father.
you're part of my nuclear family. You should know my boundaries, and you should know when you've crossed them.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
man should know.
Whereas, like, I'm the opposite. You don't know. Even if I've been married to you for 15 years.
I'm gonna believe you'll tell them no. I'm gonna be saying, I know they don't know. But then I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna be paying close attention to see if you know.
Yeah, no, I'm not that person. I'm not gonna assume you know, even if we've been married 20 years. So I'm the person, like, I don't read minds at any mood, at any moment. So every time I over explain, and I want you to over explain to me. But that can be insulting if if for your spouse, and be like, I know, I just but maybe you didn't know. The assumption is you don't know, therefore that's why you crossed it. For me,
I'm
right?
gonna assume that too.
You don't know, therefore you cross it. So you
Yeah.
gave everyone the ignorance is bliss pass.
Yeah.
And
do
you
that.
do, but do you do that because you do you do that because you don't want to face the challenge if they did know and they did it on purpose?
I never thought about that. I think clutching my pearls.
Again.
Yeah, I want to believe you didn't do it on purpose.
I wanna
You
believe
truly
it
want to
too.
believe
Yeah,
that? Or
yeah.
Are you giving people
Yeah, I want to believe you didn't do it on
kind of
purpose.
like I don't know the word I want to say, but you're giving them like pseudo grace. So
That's
that,
what it is.
like,
I guess I will say
a
I give-
pseudo explanation, or
Yeah.
so that you don't have to. So it gives you justification for them crossing your boundary.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you don't have to confront it if you do
And you
it
don't have
like that.
Yeah, because
You
you're
don't-
like, well, they probably didn't
they probably didn't
know,
know.
so I could get them grace. I ain't got to worry about. But what if they do that crap
On purpose.
on purpose and they
Yeah.
consistently do it? Because at the end of the day, you have to get to that point where you gotta confront the issue,
Yeah.
but you have to be able to confront and set your boundary
Yeah.
without it being World War III.
Yeah,
Emotionally,
Yeah.
verbally,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm not saying it. I'm saying it because this is something that we all have to deal with on a regular basis. But I just think that boundaries are clear and boundaries are there to keep us safe, not to keep people out.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So if I want to keep myself safe mentally, right, and you know that what's your score? What's your score? 50.
mine was 50. Hers
Okay,
50.
and that area is what? 40?
That's-
40 to 59.
Yeah.
What is-
aware but inconsistent?
Consistent.
So you're aware that somebody crossed your boundary.
Right.
It's not that you foolish. Like
Right.
you like, oh, this
Yeah.
dude or this person crossed my boundary.
Right.
But you're inconsistent with checking it.
We're enforcing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we're
And we
inconsistent.
got petty boots over here, aka Miss Passive Aggressive over here. That's going
I
to
can't
say.
be. I hate people that's passive aggressive too.
But you recognize this in yourself.
But let's discuss something even deeper. Let's discuss something deeper about this. And I've observed this in my family. And I apologize in advance if you feel like I'm talking about you and any family members. I apologize in advance. I ain't gonna call no names, but I've observed it in my family where people cut people off.
Yeah.
Because you cut people off for accountability. So
Cut people off.
for accountability. So
Okay.
people have told me like this family member has crossed my boundary, and therefore my accountability is to cut them off.
Yeah.
And that's
This
not
family
me.
member cut.
Yeah.
So that's not a boundary.
Cousin, no, they're saying like cousin Keisha, random.
Whatever.
Cousin Keisha is her name. Cousin Keisha,
Cross your boundary.
have, crossed my boundary. Maybe that the boundary is you've talked about me behind your back rather than like.
But is the cousin that's doing the cutting, is it a boundary for her or is it a standard?
It's both. I think it's both for her.
Because a standard is I'm not allowing this to happen, and if you do that, this is the repercussion.
Right. I think
You
it's
see what I'm
both.
saying? A boundary is, hey, you teetering.
Yeah.
And I'm letting you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or a boundary is I'm not going to allow myself to get emotionally unraveled, unwind. I'm not going to go into this spiraling effect or whatever this is because something else comes my way.
Right.
Her standard is that if you disrespect me or do whatever it is that cause me to have this response, like sometimes we get standards and boundaries mixed up.
Right. Here's the thing, but people again may not be aware that that's your standard until you cut them off.
So are you
You gotta
saying that
let 'em
family?
know.
So in your perspective, right? Because this is a problem for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, something you acknowledge.
Yeah.
What would you prefer for the family to do?
I would prefer to confront. Right. So
Why?
people.
What was the benefit of be confronted?
Because you've given the opportunity for the discourse to resolve the conflict to happen,
and
rather
you don't
than
want it to be a quick cutoff.
right.
You feel like the quick cutoff is too harsh.
Yeah, I feel like if you've given the opportunity to resolve the conflict,
Then that's grace.
yeah, that's grace. And then if that person consists like choose
They do
to
it again.
yeah, then you could cut them off.
Okay. Fool me once.
Fool me twice.
And shame.
It's on me.
Shame on you.
Yeah, but I've observed in my family, and I think that's once
But how
you
do you-
inch in 40, people don't give the F's, right?
yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, like people got
I mean, but I also
once you hit a certain age, I do feel like people have less grace, even for nuclear family.
less grace, or is
No.
it really the fact that look,
Okay.
I have told you what my standard is. Let's go back to this family member, right?
They haven't communicated their standard. That's what I'm saying.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm certain. I'm certain they haven't communicated it, but I think they believe you know who I am. You know how I roll.
Oh, this is a status.
Oh.
Yeah. Like it's like how do I explain it?
So I could just say anything?
no,
You know how
No, that's not what she's saying.
no. I'm saying
And the person that's doing the cutting off is like, you know how I roll.
Oh.
yeah.
So
You
should know.
You should know me. It goes
know
back
that.
to I'm your family member. You should know me. And I'm like, no. Some friends know family. No. Some friends know you better than your family members. How about that? Right? I believe Bestie Shauna knows me than most of my family members, right?
Absolutely.
And so sometimes we have to reintroduce who we are, this version of ourselves, to our family member before we cut them off, right? And that goes back to what I said of that's why I over-explain. It's like, oh, just because you knew 2 years ago that I might be tolerant of that behavior. Now let me introduce you to this T who don't tolerate that behavior.
Okay, but why do that require a reintroduction? Your name ain't Hove.
I think it requires an introduction because people hold on to the version of you that they knew.
Yeah, their problem.
See?
Yeah.
See?
I think so too. Their problem.
But I feel like sometimes we have to reintroduce and say, oh, I'm sorry you thought I would still tolerate this.
So here's what
But-
reintroduction looks
I'm
like.
sorry you think I still tolerate this. That's passive aggressive.
Yeah, that's passive aggressive.
No, I feel like in that case, I'm informing you like, oh, you thought I was still going to take what I took 2 years ago. So let me inform you, this is not something I tolerate.
Here's a
This
suggestion.
is, and then going forward, I would like you not to do this.
I think that I think that what you're saying is beneficial. I think that what the substance and the purpose of it is beneficial, right? I think the delivery, in my opinion, this is not the opinions of But I think for me, what I would do in that situation is not explain, hey, I know you thought that old Shauna
Right.
would be able to normally accept that. Let me tell you that now
many
I'm
words.
not. Yeah, that's too many words.
See,
Right?
that's
So what I'm
that's the
going
family
to,
member right now.
The boundary that I'm going to set, right, so that we on the same page while also giving you grace is that if you cross, here's a real live example. I used to fight a lot when I was younger, Shauna.
You kidding?
So, and I was like, it got to the point where it was like, I don't piss Shauna off because or it got to the point where if some things pop off, you might want to go get Shauna. You know what I mean? And with that, this stage, the bear is not dead. It's just well contained. Mm-hmm. Right? There are certain aspects of growth, right, that we have to accept, right? I didn't like, when I was in my 20s, I didn't like my aggressive behavior. I used to be on my knees, praying to God, no lie, take it away. Mm-hmm. And my mom gave me a book, Gifted Hands, Ben Carson, the autobiography. He had an anger issue, right?
Would never know.
He had a real bad anger issue. He stabbed a boy once.
Never know. Yeah, I know, right?
He stabbed a boy once with a pencil.
John Hopkins, Ben Carson, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you know, blow your mind. Right?
yeah.
But we all have our issues.
Our issues. Yeah.
Point is, people began to look at me in one way, right? And when you get 20, 30, I was like, take it away, take it away, take it away. I didn't know that I needed that aggressive behavior to get to where I am now in life. Mm-hmm. Shauna is always going to be a no-nonsense type person, but how I deliver the message is different, right? Mm-hmm. And so people saying, oh, you're aggressive, me reintroducing that, I used to hate that. Mm-hmm. Even my husband used to be like, Big Bruiser. That was his name for me, Big Bruiser. And it would, as I got older, it really bothered me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, I don't want to be viewed like that. I'm a nice young woman. I'm chill. I'm cool. Again, don't get it twisted. But there's another aspect of me, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm trying to express to people that, I'm not Big Bruiser anymore, I have to look at myself and say, hey, what am I putting out there to show that I'm not? A. And B, if somebody comes to me addressing and that's not a boundary that I don't want to, I can just simply say, where you get that from?
Mm-hmm. But that's still informing.
But no, I'm putting the onus back on them.
Oh, you're making them like have to check their behavior.
We're like, let's get the same example. Oh, we had a football game. Oh, they hit one of my cousins. Oh, Shauna, don't piss her off. Why y'all gonna over here at me? Well, we know how you going. If something happened to that baby out on that field, I pray it don't. Yeah, because we know where you get that from?
That's different. That's a different approach. That's a different approach.
I don't have, because I don't need to over explain to you and say, hey, I'm not like that anymore. You don't need to view me in this way anymore. More positive note. I pray all the time for my family events. Sometimes I don't want to pray for the whole Thanksgiving and Christmas because my mind and my heart not right at that moment. Sometimes I go into these events because I'm sad or depressed, especially lately with losing my father. And I honestly, this is a safe space, I go in there like blow. So I don't want to go, even though God knows, but I go in there, I don't want to, sometimes I don't even want to be there. If I'm honest, and y'all want me to pray, my attitude screwed up.
Don't ask me.
Pray.
So don't ask me to pray.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You feel what I'm saying? That's a whole thing. But because I've always served in that aspect for my family, what they think is I have an attitude when I say, no, I think you should get somebody else to do it. And then I use in my mind, I'm like, no, mama, let them down. Nah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. I don't think that far. I do feel like with nuclear family, I don't need to dismiss or cut you off. Now, stranger, I don't got to explain nothing to you. But if you're like, if I consider you family, then I'd rather confront the issue once.
Well,
but me confronting it is where you get that from.
Right. Yeah. So I guess that's a different approach.
I just don't take
Where you get that from?
Yeah.
Well, why would you think that about me?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
why do you still
Yeah,
think
and,
that
and I
about
think
me?
that's still a good confrontation, but most people just be like, nah, they just exit left, cut them off, and
I know
yeah,
people like
Yeah,
that.
I do.
yeah. So that's my perspective when it comes to family. Now, strangers, I don't.
So we know, okay.
know.
So there's different levels of boundaries.
Right.
So we have close in, and we have boundaries that
For strangers?
For strangers, it gets, and this is one thing I teach in my classes, that we don't take things personally out here in these streets
Yeah.
with strangers. I can take everything you think about me personally,
Yeah.
or some underhanded comments that you take because you don't know me personally. It's disrespectful, but I'm not gonna absorb it such
Yeah.
that I have to
Respond.
I just
We have to teach our
good
children.
meeting, I'll talk to you
This is
later.
the boundary for you guys. Is what is it? Aware and what? Aware,
But inconsistent.
aware. So we want to teach our young ones coming up, and our takeaway from this is it's good to be aware.
Yes.
But don't be inconsistent.
That's correct.
That part.
Right.
That
Be
part.
consistent with your boundary setting. Be consistent with being true to yourself. You know what I mean? If you're raising young ones, I think a good way of saying that, just the reason why you said this, because you talk about the kids in the classroom all the time, is that we can't control nobody else's response. We only can control ourselves. That's what I tell the boys. And you can't control nobody else's response, but you can only control yourself. I'm not going to give nobody at this stage in my life that much power to change and alter my emotional stability throughout my day. I work too goddamn hard.
Yeah, I agree with
To
that.
get to this place of grounding in my life where both of my feet are on the ground and my mind is clear. It's not to say that things don't come in your life. That's life. But when I reset, you can't no being, and that's not being narcissistic, and that's not being haughty, that's not being arrogant. That's just being sure. You bleed the same blood I bleed. You got the same heartbeat I bleed. You were created by the same being. You ain't got no power over knocking me off my emotional square.
Ain't that what y'all do?
And I think when we allow people to feel like what they do to us is going to alter my emotional state,
Nope.
that's the boundary we have
That's
to
the boundary.
have
Yeah.
to keep ourselves safe.
So I pose another question though. How do you handle when family members are not speaking to each other, and you hosted an event and you invite you talking to everybody, but then because certain folks are not talking to each other, then certain folks don't show up? How do you handle that?
Me? You want Sean to answer or Tamika? We went
Both.
this earlier before the camera on.
Both.
Sean to answer. I would invite them both. If they choose not to come, that's on them.
Right. I'm not in
I
it.
would invite them both. Sean to answer is similar also to Tamika answer, is that I'm not going to feel as though I have to overcompensate harmony in that situation.
Exactly.
And that's the part I'm
That's
learning
not-
to do.
that's not my job.
Yeah. I'm learning to
My
not try to
soul-
figure out the
put
harmony.
Your, put your work brain back on.
Yeah.
Put your work brain back. This is where that work
Yes.
it benefits you the most.
Yes.
What we just talked about off camera, that ain't in my scope
Scope of work.
You know what I'm saying? That's not in my job description.
No.
Yeah.
That's not one of my SMART goals.
No.
So
These are
my
my
SMART
goals.
goal was to create a space for you to come. My SMART goal was to create an environment for peaceful fellowship.
Right.
My SMART goal was to bring food and beverage.
Yes.
And my SMART goal was to not have y'all in the dark and have working water and plumbing in this home to host this event.
Right.
And if I hit all of those SMART goals, then I deserve a promotion. Now, what you do in this environment that I have cultivated is your business.
That's your business. We're not
I'm not
talking about
going to
children.
overcompensate while trying, because then you going to spend, well, come on. Nah, because now it's not a good event for you. Shauna and Tamika answer. Surely Tamika answer. Don't invite neither one of them bounds.
Oh no. So that's not me. So that's the thing. I'm like, you get invited. You can choose not to come.
Are you hosting?
Yeah, I'm hosting.
Are you hosting at your house?
Yeah.
So my house, my bills.
Yeah.
My house, my space.
Yeah.
My house, my energy.
Yeah.
If you come in here with that negativity,
Yeah.
you can't come.
Yeah.
So if you feel as though, and I would Tamika answer, hey, cuzzo, look, I know you probably gonna hear about this in the group chat. You and so got beef. Y'all can work it out prior. Happy to invite you, but if y'all can't, you can't come. You good? No? Sorry, man.
See, for me, I don't feel like, again, that part I don't feel like I gotta overexplain. So I don't need to inform decorum. Like you should come in here with the same decorum you would come in any other event, right? Like if you go into your friend's house and you got beef with this person, you're not coming in there with like
You expecting people to do something. If somebody already gave you the deck, why are you expecting another card to be played?
Well, I guess I'm again.
Yeah, you give people too much credit.
Great, yeah, too much credit. But yeah, because I'm just going to send out the invite. You decide to show up. Like that's
that's cool.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, that's me.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, I was just your thoughts.
Yeah,
I was
not
just
your thoughts. Again,
yeah.
send out the invite,
Yeah.
right? Shauna, send out the invite.
Yeah.
Do what you do.
Yeah, if Keisha
right?
and Tamika choose not
If
to come,
they choose not to come, that's on them.
Yeah.
If they choose to come,
Still, it's
it's on them. Yeah.
it's on them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if I sense that you disrupting the peace in my house, Keisha
Y'all
and
gotta
Tamika
go.
can leave.
y'all gotta leave.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I know it's easier said than done,
Yeah.
but the reality is you can pull, hey, Keisha, come downstairs real quick. I want you to help me get these chairs real quick.
Y'all gonna have to get
And
yourself-
hey, look, I noticed that you causing some static, and majority from my looks of it is more on you. So I'm asking you for the benefit of this family event that I worked really, really hard with producing upstairs. That if we go back upstairs, I just want it to be a peaceful, harmonious event. You feel like you can't do that? Unfortunately, baby, I love you. I love you with everything in me, but I'm gonna have to ask for you to go.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. I'm praying it doesn't come to that. Y'all know yourselves.
Just don't
Right, come to
invite
that.
Keisha and Tamika and let them be mean and bad in their own
Yeah,
ways. And
I
if
would-
they come to you and say, hey, why you ain't invited me? You say, because I was trying to cultivate a harmonious event, and because
Yeah.
y'all can't work out y'all differences, I'm not going to welcome that into my space.
Exactly. No, I get it. No, this is good. I think we are aligned in the fact that you get the invite, you're adults, act
Figure
like
it
adults,
out.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's always been me. But I think that comes off as like, oh, you didn't pick a side. That's another thing. Like,
Why do you need to?
exactly.
Flag on the play.
Yeah.
Your question was, I think that comes down to, oh, you did not.
Yeah. I think it's inferred that
If she doesn't invite them both.
you know how it is. You know how it is. If you fighting with my friend, you fight with me, right? So if you fighting with this family member, I'm also. But I feel like you can't do that with family members.
How
like,
old are we?
yeah, like we. Oh,
I mean, how
yeah,
old are we?
Yeah,
How old are they?
they.
They grown? Okay. So here's the
30s.
thing. I do follow certain rules. If we, you mess with mine, like
My
if
friend.
you mess with her,
You mess with
and
me.
then you mess with me.
I just feel like that you can't enforce that in
But
family.
however, this is
dynamics.
30 years.
Yeah, that's
right?
true too.
And I respect her enough, and she respects me enough that if we find out that we are in the same space with a person that we both quote unquote don't like, that we not going to embarrass one another.
Yeah.
We not going to disrespect each other's name. We not going to cause each other to look like a fool out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's
That
the
part.
difference, right?
Yeah.
I can be mad. Like you might be like, hey, so and so gonna be at the so and so. I thought we was mad at her. I thought we are still mad at her, but she gotta come to these events. So we gonna act like we got some sense today, and I'm gonna say, oh, okay, right?
That is why I love her, by the way, because she could totally pick the opposite. She could totally pick the opposite.
And if it really bothers you, if it really, for real, really bothers you, have an offline conversation with each of them
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
before the invite. Try to understand. Hey, I need to understand what's going on.
Yeah, no, I
bring it.
already understand. They just like it is what it is, and I'm at this
This a real
stage.
live thing.
Yeah,
Are you
and I-
really hosting an event, and you really scared to
I'm concerned it's gonna go left, but I'm gonna just extend the invite. Everybody get an invite, by the way, guys. Everybody is getting
Oh,
an invite.
this gonna air before the
Yeah.
party?
Oh, for sure.
okay.
For sure. Everybody's getting an
Don't make
invite.
me show up.
Yeah. It's a real life situation.
It's a real life situation.
Yeah.
So
And-
here's the thing, right? Invite, like
Yeah,
I
right.
like your suggestion. Invite everybody grown, everybody over 30. So have an offline conversation with them both
Yeah.
to test the waters. And if in fact the waters is still looking muddy when you go test them, take their boat out the water.
Facts. No,
You
I
are
get it.
uninvited.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. It's just interesting times.
But I
Yeah.
don't think you want the backlash about inviting.
Yeah. So I
The rest
rather.
of the people that came, where's so and so? Where's so and so?
They're
Yeah.
not here.
Yeah.
Then she gonna over explain.
Playing.
No, this
Oh
is,
no.
This
I'm
is
not
your
gonna
answer.
explain.
Why so and so and them ain't here? Where's so and so and them? They're in their designated places in the world.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Say that.
For sure. For sure. So
I would never think to say that.
I'm in that
Like,
stage.
call them and ask them.
No, that's what people hold me responsible for. A lot of members of my family, especially my core nucleus.
Don't you hate that? You like that?
Yeah, I do.
Like you can
I
pick up the
do.
phone. You can pick up the
So
phone.
family events, I'm the one that shows up. Out of my siblings, oh, where's so and so? Where's so and so? Where's so and so? In the designated places in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
They like, but where is that? Wherever they are designated to be at this particular moment in time. I don't know. And I just walk on away. I leave them there trying to ponder their own thoughts.
Like, what's that mean?
Facts. No, yeah. I think for me, and this goes to the audience, this is the lesson learned for me. We are in this cut off culture. And I think there has to be a point where, you decide, and I get it, people want their peace, right? You want your peace, so therefore you cut off people. And people have interpreted cutting off people as accountability. Like people have
They looked at
like
cutting off
this is
I'm
me
just
holding you
setting my
accountable.
boundaries.
Yeah,
I'm holding you
and I'm saying life is ephemeral, life is too short, right? And so don't let it be you only meet at the funeral. You know what I mean? You've harbored the unnecessary conflict for 50 years, or you've chosen not to speak to somebody for 50 years, and then it's at the funeral that you come up.
Listen,
Like literally,
that's
like
a word.
my family only meet at funerals these days.
That's a word.
I'm just saying.
I just
it's
think
really
that
problematic.
We
for me.
really have to understand. We're talking about boundaries. We have to get to the place in the world today. To your point, T, is that we cut people off.
Cancel culture.
And we cancel culture. We dress it up as I'm being accountable. What you're really doing is you're being the complete opposite of accountable.
That's right.
Because accountability in this would be, what could I do better? How would have I done? Are you calling yourself accountable and putting yourself on an island? Because accountability, true accountability looks like is you being surrounded in the mess of things that you can't control, and you are still accountable for your own reactions to the mess. That's accountability. Not taking yourself out of it and calling yourself accountable.
So go to the party and be on time.
Accountability.
Look, I'm hosting it so that I can be on time. That's the assumption. She hosting it. She better be on time.
The party is made, and she gotta start tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Facts.
Gosh, y'all. All right.
Where's the lie?
We done?
Yes.
We out of
Yes.
this piece, man.
Yeah. Bye, girl. Bye.